Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I could not be any more grateful. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, if you are local to the Huntington, West Virginia area, I want to encourage you to come on down to 5747 East Pea Ridge Road in Huntington at Pea Ridge United Methodist Church. We're not talking about a church service. We're not talking about a revival meeting. It has nothing at all to do with religion, and it has everything to do with our Crosstalk Friday, the quickest hour in recovery. I swear, these things go by so fast. Just a group of like-minded drunks and drug addicts all sitting around talking shop and having a hell of a good time, learning from each other, helping to lift each other up, and to encourage each other. Man, and that hour goes by so fast. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we'll see you there. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. I'm not going to go off on a history lesson like some of my friends watching right now. They're probably going, oh shit, here we go. I'm not going to do it. I will say this. That's some pretty bold and decisive action that some men took who came long before we did, but they took by signing their names, declaring their independence. And for me, the last couple of years, Independence Weekend, Independence Day and that weekend, has taken on a slightly different meaning for me, at least for the last 3 years. See, I took my last drink about 11:15 on July the 5th. I was standing right outside up towards my house there. I was on the phone with my friend, my best friend who'd known me for 20 plus years, and I remember him telling me he'd never seen me this far out of control, this far gone, if you will. He'd never seen me at this point. He watched year after year after year my deterioration, just me just destroying myself. And I remember he told me, he said, you've got to get your head straight. He said, I will pay to take you anywhere on this planet that you want to go, as long as it'll be a place where you can get your head straight. And I remember telling him, I said, I want to stop drinking. I just don't know how. I told him, I tried everything under the sun. I consider myself a pretty smart dude, and I'd concocted all these ideas and all these ways, if you will, to stop drinking, and every single one of them failed. And I don't even have to close my eyes. I can still see myself standing up there, see myself, and I can feel the hopelessness and the despair that person had 3 years ago. I can still see it even now. And I remember going to bed at night. Going to my bed, knowing I was going to pass out. And I remember many nights thinking, maybe tomorrow I just won't wake up. Maybe tomorrow all this will be gone and I won't have to feel this way anymore. I was to the point where I just didn't want to wake up. I was praying to whatever thing was out there. I wouldn't wake up tomorrow. And thank God those prayers weren't answered. I spent about the first 25, 30 days in my sobriety, kind of winging it. I used the AA reference last night. It was kind of my flying blind period. I was going into recovery rooms. I was attending meetings, just listening, observing, kind of taking things in. But it took me about 25 to 30 days before I locked myself in and said, okay, I'm going to give this program of action a try. Now, I'm not here to tell you that AA is the only thing that's ever going to work for you. I'm not here to tell you, and I will never say this, absolutely, I will never say this, that if you don't do AA, then you're never going to get clean and sober. That'll never come out of, none of us at the Recovery Classroom will ever say those words. What we are here to tell you is if you're feeling hopeless, like I felt 3 years ago standing up there, if you're filled with despair that you've tried everything and you just can't seem to stop, what we are here to tell you is that there is a way, and we want to be here to help you find out what that way is. If it's AA, if it's NA, if it's CR, if it's JKLM, NOP, whatever way, there is a way out there for you to stop. Things are not as hopeless as what they seem. 3 years ago, I stood up there on the phone, and I thank God for my best friend having that conversation with me. That was finally the final straw I needed to push me on over edge to take that first step. I remember that day one. I remember the racing heart rate, the cold sweats, the tremors, the shakes. I remember it all. I don't have to try too hard to reimagine. I remember clearly what that day one was like. But I also remember I was making an effort. I was willing. I was trying. I was on my phone a lot that day, texting people, calling people, making sure no matter what happened, I was making it to the end of my day drawing a sober breath. I was making it to my pillow so I could go to sleep rather than passing out. I didn't care what else happened that day. Today, almost 3 years later, I still have the same goal, making it to the end of my day drawing a sober breath. That goal hasn't changed. No matter what else happens today, I am still going to make it to the end of my day drawing a sober breath. A friend of mine used to say he's a day one guy, and I even shared this last night. I like to think of myself now as a day one guy, because the only thing that matters is today. It does not matter that I've got almost 3 years of sobriety under my belt. Nobody cares. I don't care. I'm proud of myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of myself for making it this far. But all that matters to me now is today, my Independence Day. And so I want to encourage you today. If you're feeling hopeless, if you've tried everything, don't give up hope. There is something out there. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to somebody in the Recovery Classroom private group. There's hundreds of people in that group. Or I am absolutely certain would do whatever they could to help point you in the direction that you need to go. So there is always a way out. Freedom is attainable. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed on the Recovery Classroom Monologues, feel free to email me directly, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see how we can parse it out. Again, if you have any questions, you can even put it in the Recovery Classroom private group. It's a private group. We maintain anonymity in the Recovery Classroom private group. Put your question out there, and you can get all kinds of different insight and answers for your question. Share, invite your friends even to the Recovery Classroom private group, to our Facebook page on the Recovery Classroom. So that being said, thank you guys once again. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a very safe, and a very joyous Independence Day this weekend. We'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.